Hi Pathlings, my name is Kim, aka Christo-Pagan Kim, and I am your Planet Pathlings host for today. First, I have to say that I'm really honored and thrilled to be here, and I hope you enjoy this video. Now this week we've been talking about different questions that those new to the craft may have, and the questions that we're going to discuss today are: is it necessary to follow my ancestry and cultural pantheon? And am I wrong by going with the pantheon that calls to me? Now, in regards to the first question here, is it necessary to follow my ancestry and cultural pantheon? Well, the short answer is no. First, for a very obvious reason, we don't know our full genetic makeup. So we don't know exactly what cultures are in our backgrounds. Humanity started in one area and then blossomed out. So we're all one, we're all connected. The differences we have are superficial. I myself am a believer in source. And I personally believe that the deities are regional and cultural interpretations of source energy, and that's why, in part, you see a lot of repetitive deity within different pantheons. And I think that each pantheon gives that energy just a slight different flair, a different flavor, if you will, that resonates with different people per their energies. We work in tandem with source or deity to create something that's needed in this world. So by no means do I think it's just that simple as I'm this, so I must also follow that. And it could be that a deity from another pantheon that it may not be readily apparent that you're related to is calling you because it wants to teach you to be open and receptive to different ideas. So that's something to consider. Also, I think a really great point Magibella Night Spells brought up in a recent Witchy Wednesday chat was that she believes that deities have agreements with themselves to work with her. And I think that's a great way to look at it, and I enjoy that description immensely. I do believe that's all divine energy, and I know not everyone believes in source, and that's okay too. I think the concepts still apply, that deities would come together to work together in order to bring something about in you that needs to be achieved. I'll use myself as an example. I'm Christo-Pagan, and I've spoken many times that I have a strong relationship with both Jesus and Hecate. Now, in my study of Vedic astrology, I learned that I'm a Revati Nakshatra Pada 2. Now, the Revati Nakshatra is ruled by Pushan, and Pushan is similar to Jesus in many ways. Now, my Pada 2, is ruled by Shani, and Shani is similar to Hecate. So those energies have always been a part of me from my birth. Now it makes a lot of sense to me why those two particular deities have come into my life. While there are different deities that represent similar energies, those two particular deities have come into my life to teach me something that's unique to them. I resonate with them for a reason. I'm excited to learn more about that as the mysteries unfold. I think it's really important to follow our hearts and our intuition. There's reasons that we're being guided to certain things, and it's not going to be readily apparent. It's going to take time to unfold. Follow that. And I think a lot of people get sensitive, worried about what other people think, and your path is uniquely your own. I know my path probably sounds very odd to some people, but that's okay. It's not meant for anyone else to understand. It's my path. It brings value to my life. I have seen just so much positive benefit as I've been walking my path, and it's not meant for anyone else to understand, and if they don't, that's okay. They also have a unique path that's meant for them, and that's okay. That's okay. We're all meant to bring something different and special into this world. By no means is your readily apparent ethnicity, culture, etc. the driving force behind your practice. By no means. If you are interested in deities related to your ancestry, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's great. It's just whatever truly calls to you. And a deity that calls to you now may not necessarily be the deity you work with throughout your lifetime. It could be a deity that's just here for a season to teach you a very important lesson, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would just suggest to be open and receptive. This all ties into the second question. Am I wrong by going with the pantheon that calls to me? Absolutely not. What calls to you is meant for you. So again, whether that be for a season or a lifetime, that's okay. Like I mentioned previously, it could be that the pantheon that's calling to you is part of your background, but you just don't know that. Now, I'm eclectic, so I'm speaking more towards an eclectic path. But different people are called to different paths, whether they be traditional or eclectic like myself. And both are needed in order to balance the whole. It's like the yin and yang. We need the traditionalists to carry on unique cultures, and we also need the eclectic in order to bring about new ideas. It all contributes, and it's all part of the whole. So no matter what calls to you, whether or not a pantheon or deity is part of your ancestry, that's okay. Like I said, what calls to you is for you. So don't feel bad about that all, and don't worry about what other people think. I know that's easier said than done, and I've dealt with that in accepting the Christo-pagan identifier as my own. It can be difficult, and you have to stay true to yourself, and you have to go with what really resonates with you, because that is wherein lies the power. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Blended Spiral Path. She left a great comment on one of my recent videos that actually deals with spirit and your individual paths. So with that being said, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. To all you pathlings out there, thank you for watching. To the Planet Pathlings team, thank you for having me, and I wish you all much love and many blessings. Thanks guys, have a great day. Bye.